Hello and welcome to the Daily Red, your lunchtime catch-up on all things Liverpool FC and your daily reminder that the Reds are Premier League champions. And today we are preparing for a game which is not till Monday. Not till Monday, so we have an entire weekend to just sit back, watch the rest of the games, laugh at the other teams as they scramble in irrelevancy, and enjoy the fact that we are Premier League champions. Our team has been on holiday for basically, 3 weeks now? Absolutely no shits given. And it's a nice place to be. Aaron has done his press conference today, and he was asked about Frimpong, and he gave the boring answer. We don't talk about players who play for other clubs. He was asked about Trent. He said it's time to draw a line under Trent and just move on, which is exactly right. Like, it is time to just move on. You can still have the anger. There's no question. You can still feel that betrayal. But when I say move on, I mean, just don't think about him anymore. Just think of him about a player that's left. View him as someone that used to play for us. I think he might play against Brighton. I don't think he'll play against Palace at home in the final game. I could see maybe a minor injury cropping up for that one, because it was one thing against Arsenal. There was nothing on the line. There's nothing on the line against Palace, but that is the day we get the trophy. And that's an atmosphere that needs to be positive from pre-game to post-game. And introducing Trent, I don't think will be positive. And it's a shame. Like, it's a shame that he's not going to get the farewell that a player who's been as great as he has, who's done what he has, who's helped win what he's helped win, won't get the farewell. But it's of his own doing. It's entirely of his own doing. He's been badly advised. He's handled the entire thing really badly. And therefore, it's, sneaking out the back door for him rather than leaving with the adulation that people like Bobby got, people like Ginny Wijnaldum got. Anyway, we do seem to be very active right now in regards to plans for next season, both in terms of incomings and outgoings. There's a lot of rumors and a lot of reporting going around. And obviously the biggest news is Florian Wirtz. And the further we go down the road with this, the more it seems like there's a quiet confidence building around Liverpool's pursuit of this player. So the Bayern propaganda machine is in full swing. It is ramped up. They're bringing in diesel from everywhere, filling the machine, and it is just chugging out as much propaganda as it possibly can. But there's an underlying seed of worry in all of it. They don't appear nearly as confident. And the reason I say that is because they're now talking about how confident they are. And there's no reason you would do that if you were actually confident it was a deal that was on the way to being done. All of the Bayern media are saying that Bayern cannot afford the asking price, that their max price is 100 million euro. Now, that's 50 million euro below what Leverkusen are asking them for. Bayern are hoping that Florian Wirtz will force his way to them, and that if he doesn't do that, that he'll stay at Leverkusen another year, and then with 1 year left on his deal, they'll have a stronger position to go in and try and bully Bayer Leverkusen. Leverkusen would rather sell him now and sell him out of Germany. Pretty much all of the reporting also suggests that we are ahead of Manchester City in the race to get him. Now, there's also reporting that hints that City don't think they're going to get him. Not that they think he's going to stay in Germany or go to or stay at Bayer Leverkusen or go to Bayern Munich, just that they don't think they're going to get him, and they're making alternative plans. They seem to be quite far down the road on Morgan Gibbs-White. We have seen them, obviously, with David Ornstein linking them to Tijani Reinders. And it might well be that City have looked at the situation and thought, okay, we could go the Wirtz route and maybe we pay 120 million for him. Or perhaps we go for Gibbs-White and Reinders, and maybe combined, they cost us around 130 million. And we kill two birds with one stone. We fill two spots. We get our KDB replacement in Gibbs-White. We get our Gundogan replacement in Reinders. We hope to have Rodri back. We think Nico Gonzalez next season, with 6 months to settle in the Premier League, will step up a level. We'll still have Kovacic. We might still have Matthias Nunes. We'll be strong in midfield with those two additions. And then in the post-Rodri era, excuse me, we'll have Nico, Reinders, and Gibbs-White. If City are not in the mix, we're not getting outbid. Now, Bayern do pay bigger wages than we pay, but we pay big wages. Like, it shouldn't get twisted. We do pay big wages. And players that come to Liverpool also have an exceptional opportunity to earn even more than their base wage. And the best way to do that is to win, to perform at a high level and to win. And that's what Florian Wirtz wants to do. I mean, this guy was the catalyst of a league title winning team with Bayer Leverkusen. This is a born winner. This is a fellow who you can see when Leverkusen or Germany don't win, even if they draw, even if it's a game where you think, well, they've done well to get a draw there, he looks annoyed. This guy wants to win. This guy, I think, might be cut from the same cloth as the likes of Mo. And the more you think about him in our team, the more excited and giddy you start to get. But of course, you have to contain that because, you know, we've been down this path before. We all remember that night where we thought we'd landed Caicedo. We all remember those months where we thought we might get Jude. We thought we might get Tchouaméni, and we started to think of what they would look like in our team. Now, with the greatest respect to all three of them, and they're three outstanding players. Caicedo's just had a brilliant season for Chelsea. I think he's a Team of the Year candidate without question. You'd have a tough time. Tonali's had a great year, and the unnamed 31-year-old Premier League footballer's had a really good year. But I think Caicedo's still the leader in the clubhouse to be the sixth in the Team of the Year. Bellingham's obviously a phenomenal footballer. Hasn't had the best season this year, was incredible last year, won a Champions League and a La Liga title. Not quite as good this year, but part of that was that the team didn't function the same way because of Mbappe and all that. And Tchouaméni is still a really good player, but it hasn't really worked. It hasn't really worked at Real for him. Now, again, he's won a Champions League, he's won a La Liga title, but he's been moved around, he's had to play centre-back, he's had to come off the bench in some games, he's had some injuries. They're not of the same caliber as Florian Wirtz, in my view. And I don't even think Jude is of the same caliber. And I think Jude's incredible. I think Florian Wirtz is a better footballer. Like this, I said this yesterday, I think when you look at the best footballers on the planet, like I think he's right there with Pedri. And Pedri's such a special player. But I think Wirtz is as well. You watch him play, and it's a glorious experience to watch this kid play. And the idea of having him and Mo in the one team, the creativity that they would bring to the team. But also for Mo, it's relieving a lot of that creative burden and adding a truly elite creator who can make more chances for Mo in dangerous places. And then when you factor in the Frimpong thing, I thought about this last night. Like, Frimpong is a winger. There's just no debate around it. He's not a right back. But if we're going to play him at right back, he is still largely going to operate as a winger. We're not going to buy him and tell him, right, son, don't cross the halfway line. You're now Gary Neville. You overlap the odd time, but mostly we want you kind of sticking in your own half. He's going to play high and wide on the right. And that's where we've had to play Mo for much of this season. And the reason we do that is because Trent doesn't get high and wide anymore. Trent plays more of a central channel. Trent wants to be a midfielder, obviously. So Mo has to hold the width. But if Mo's not holding the width and Frimpong is there now, Mo is now operating in that central space, closer to goal, closer to goal-scoring opportunities. And if you're adding an elite creator, and if we add a number 9 who can also be somebody that Mo plays off of, becomes very, very interesting. And we saw last season Arne go with, what we all describe as the 2-10s setup, where he would play Gravenberch and McAllister, and then Dom and Jones. And Jones would sort of play off the left. And I think that's the role that Florian Wirtz is going to play for us. Mo would play on the right in those setups, but he would play wide a lot of the time. I think now he comes more central, and if it's Frimpong at right back, he will occupy that space as the right winger. Now, to do that, and to have, say, Milos Kerkez, we're going to need an upgrade at the number 6 position. We all know we need one anyway. We need one because if we're losing Trent's passing, you need someone that can be that deep progressor. There's an obvious name out there. It's Adam Wharton. He's the one that makes the most sense. He's a huge improvement on the ball, and he's an improvement off the ball. You might have to tether Alexis a little bit more, have him operate more in midfield rather than that kind of roving role he's often had. But Alexis and Wharton can make that work. They're so intelligent. The IQ would be off the scale, but it will put a lot of pressure on the centre backs, and this feeds into the Ibu situation. Now, we know that Dean Huijsen looks like he's going to go to Real Madrid. We know that we had been very keen on him, and I've seen suggestion that our plan with him was basically we'll get him in. If Ibu doesn't sign his contract, we'll just let it run and he can go next summer, which I don't like as an approach, but, so be it. And then Huijsen would step in and replace Ibu. The problem with that is Huijsen's not anywhere close to Ibu as a defender. He's a better ball player, but not close as a defender. And Ibu is asked to do an absolutely enormous amount defensively, and will be continued to be asked to do that if Jeremy Frimpong comes in. In fact, he'll be asked to do more than he has been next to Trent. And finding someone that can replace that is just very, very difficult.
All right, the Reds, it's Jack here, and that was a clip from one of Anfield Index's audio podcasts. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, share and subscribe to keep up to date on all things LFC. We record around 100 audio podcasts every month, with our shows featuring match-going fans, top journalists, professional analysts and even Liverpool legends along the way. With the Great Dane himself, Jan Molby, joining us every single week. If you want to listen to all our podcasts as free, head over to anfieldindex.com/podcasts. Our audio shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Anfield Index. Or if you prefer to listen to all our podcasts in full and without any ads, why not head over to AI Pro today to check it out now at AnfieldIndexPro.com. If you want to get involved in the great growing community of Liverpool fans, check out the Anfield Index Discord. The link is in the description. Do get involved with that from Reds around every corner of the globe. For now, Reds, hope you enjoyed this video.